Hey, I'm Michael. I'm going to be giving you today's devotional. I'm going to be talking about a sort of underappreciated topic, that being the topic of humility or being humble. Oxford describes being humble as having or showing a modest or low importance of one's own importance. James 4:10 says, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up." A standout story about humility for me lies in Luke 18:9 through 14, which essentially tells a story of two opposite people, a Pharisee and a hated and despised tax collector. These two people were both praying, the Pharisee praying to God about how good he was and all the good deeds he's done. The tax collector, however, to God, admitting he had done wrong and was a sinner, and asked for God's great mercy. Luke 14:11 says, "For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." Jesus said that the tax collector went home justified due to his prayer of humility. The story and verse show that while you may have done something good, it's whether or not you were boastful or humble about it that really matters. This story and verse show that while you may have done something good, it's whether or not you're boastful or humble about it that really matters. Being humble is so important for these reasons, but I feel that 2 Chronicles 7:14 outlines the importance of humility well. It says, "Then if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek to turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and rescue their land." In a very condensed way, this is saying if you humble yourself before God, you will be forgiven. That's not the only person or story for that matter that discusses humility. One of the most humble people in the Bible was Jesus himself. Hebrews 5:10 says, "Even though Jesus was God's son, he learned obedience from the things he suffered." Jesus being humble could of course be evidenced by the story of him washing the disciples' feet, which was only the beginning. The story went that after the Last Supper he would wash his disciples' feet, saying, "No servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one that sent him." The biggest example of Jesus' humility is dying on the cross. Philippians 2:8 says, "He humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on the cross." I don't think there's any better way to explain it. While Jesus could have died differently by blaming someone else or saying something to find a way out, he decided to be humble and accept it. I feel like being humble is something that's super important, and it's something that we should think to, be, as I've outlined. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna head that way now.